This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by the LG OLED TV. Not a new TV, a new category of television.
How's it going, guys? Mark Bursteiner here with Techno Buffalo, and I thought we'd do something a little bit more casual, a little more intimate, get the camera right up in here, and appropriately sit on the couch, because we're going to be talking about some televisions. I got the opportunity recently to have quite a bit of hands-on time with some of LG's brand new TVs, and they're not just any TV, so they say. These are OLED TVs, which LG is saying is an entirely new category of television, just like when we went from CRTs to plasmas to LCDs and now to OLEDs. If you've heard the term OLED before, that's probably because you have, but generally with the prefix AM. You know, we do a lot of stuff in mobile, so a lot of high-end devices, of course, have AMOLED displays. What that means is, let's start all the way back to LED, right? LED is a light-emitting diode. That's very different from an LCD, which is a liquid crystal display. So what we see in a lot of phone displays, and in these TVs in particular, are organic LEDs. Those are actual organic molecules that are in between some layers, some cathodes and diodes, to make the light that you see come out of your TV. Now, the major thing that LEDs do better than LCDs do is LEDs can be shut off to create true blacks. So for example, if you're looking at white text on a black background, an OLED display can actually shut off the pixels that aren't displaying black, meaning you have some really, really true contrast, meaning you have deep dark blacks because that actual area of the display isn't even turned on and emitting light. Now, for mobile devices, we're talking about AMOLED displays. That's active matrix OLED displays. And that's very, very different also because that uses an active matrix. That uses the kind of the brain behind what you might see if, for example, a TFT LCD display use to actually send the messages to the pixels to basically, you know, play captain among the pixels and tell them what they should be displaying. That's important on mobile because that allows manufacturers to have incredibly low refresh rates on the displays on your mobile phones, which means, I mean, you can get it down to less than a millisecond even if you want to. That means far less power consumption. Now, for a nice big display, for example, the LG 65E G9600, yes, that's a bit of a mouthful, but it's gorgeous, as you'll see. For a display like that, that's plugged in all the time, so you don't need to worry about having an active matrix brain behind the scenes running the operation. But on a nice big display, you still get those really rich, true, crisp blacks that you love to see on a mobile device. Now, these LG TVs are fairly new, and they're definitely on that higher end of the price spectrum. But my God, I haven't seen a TV that looks that good in quite some time. I spent a little bit of time today, and I'm going to spend some more time later today playing Destiny on these things, and they are phenomenal. One of them, the lower end model, which is the 55 EC9300, that's actually the one that we have in the game room anyway, so it's a dream to play on. Both of these displays are curved. They look fantastic when you're sitting right in front of them dead on. Because they're OLEDs, they also have incredible viewing angles. So you can just, I mean, you can seriously just be at almost like a full flat and still see what's happening on the display, which is not something that you can do with older stuff, like going all the way back to plasma and so on and so forth. The remote controller on these TVs is also fantastic because if you're familiar with WebOS, which was the sort of operating system from the Palm Pre and the Palm Pixie, HP picked them up. And what happened to WebOS after that? I mean, go do some Googling, you'll figure it out. It was a saga. WebOS's saga ended on televisions with LG, and these TVs run that WebOS software, and it's a dream to use. I'm not huge on smart TVs because I have a bunch of other smart devices that I plug into my TVs. You know, I always have the PS4 plugged in, but the OS is fantastic on these TVs. You've got Netflix, you've got Hulu, you've got all kinds of apps, you've got a really, really easy to use interface, not to mention the remote is basically a Wiimote, so you just point at what you want to do and start clicking around. It's such a delight to use, and I have to say, the bigger model of the two just looks astounding. You'll see, I shot some stuff playing Destiny, you'll see the blacks really are black. The contrast on that thing is fantastic. Everything is crisp and smooth. I set it to game mode, so just so you know, I set it to game mode so the refresh rates are where they should be. Just, you know, lag, latency, stuff like that, because it is a first-person shooter at the end of the day. But I gotta say, this TV is just incredible. Both models just look fantastic. As far as TVs I've seen these days, it seems like this one's the one to beat. Granted, there's not a whole lot of 4K content floating around on the internet these days, but with the YouTube app, you're bound to find some. So that's my quick little first impressions, hands-on, quick look, quick play at LG's OLED display TVs. They're just fantastic. I'm really, really happy I've gotten to play with them. I really just want to take the big one home, but I don't think they're going to let me do that. Unless, LG, if you want to send me a TV, then I mean, I won't say no. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick peek at the LG OLED line. If you enjoyed it, you can hit that like button down below. You can hit that subscribe button if you want to get more videos of me plastered all over your computer screen. Of course, thank you again for watching. Be kind to one another in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video.